All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to break down one of the most intricate and honestly precise systems in all of human biology, the menstrual cycle. And trust me, it's way more than just a monthly event. It's this incredible masterpiece of hormonal communication.
So, to kick things off, let me ask you this. What do you think runs the most precise biological clock in the entire human body? The answer is probably way more fascinating than you'd guess.
Because the answer is this absolutely incredible hormonal orchestra with your brain acting as the conductor. The whole system relies on a perfectly timed cascade of signals happening over and over, month after month. All right, so let's dive right into that command center. We're going to start at the very, very top of the system to see exactly how this whole monthly program gets started.
Okay, deep inside the brain, we find the hypothalamus. You can think of it as the master controller, kind of like the CEO of this whole operation. It's the one that kicks off the entire cycle by releasing one very crucial rhythmic signal.
And the amazing thing here is the precision. The hypothalamus doesn't just flood the system. It releases this hormone, GnRH, in these carefully timed pulses, about every 60 to 90 minutes. This rhythmic beat is what sets the tempo for absolutely everything that follows. So that GnRH signal gets passed right along to the pituitary gland, which you can think of as the cycle's manager. It receives those pulses, knows exactly what the cue is, and then sends out its own set of instructions by releasing two essential hormones. Okay, so we've met the management up in the brain. Now let's meet the key players on the ground, the ones actually doing all the heavy lifting. First up, we have the ovaries. These are basically the egg banks, and they hold hundreds of thousands of follicles. Each one of these tiny follicles contains a potential egg, just waiting for the right signal to start maturing. Their main job? Get an egg ready and release it. And at the same time, you've got the uterus. Its job is to build a potential nursery. Every single month, its inner lining, which is called the endometrium, gets thicker and richer, creating this perfect, welcoming environment just in case a fertilized egg shows up. So, everyone's in place, and the cycle kicks off. The first half is what we call the follicular phase. And yeah, just like it sounds, it's all about that follicle. It's all about preparing the stage for the main event. And to get this phase going, the pituitary gland sends out its first big instruction, a hormone called FSH, or follicle stimulating hormone. And its name tells you exactly what its critical job is. FSH is basically a wake-up call for the ovaries. The message is simple and direct. Hey, get an egg ready. And it doesn't just pick one. It actually encourages a whole group of follicles to start growing, kind of setting up a competition. So you get this little race happening, and one follicle just pulls ahead of the pack. It becomes the dominant follicle. As it grows bigger and stronger than the others, it starts pumping out a really important hormone of its own, estrogen. And as those estrogen levels rise, it sends a powerful message back to the command center in the brain. And that rising estrogen, that's the signal the brain has been waiting for. It's like a green light that tells the system an egg is mature and ready to go. This triggers the most dramatic, most crucial moment of the whole cycle, ovulation. Because of all that estrogen, the pituitary gland unleashes its second key hormone, LH, or luteinizing hormone. But this isn't some gentle release. It's a massive, sudden surge that just floods the system. And this LH surge, you guys, this is the trigger. There's no mistaking its message to that dominant follicle. It's urgent and crystal clear. Release the egg now. And just look at this chart to see what I mean. We are not talking about a little bump. The level of LH absolutely skyrockets from its normal baseline. It's this incredibly powerful spike that forces the wall of the follicle to weaken and get ready to rupture. Sure enough, about 24 to 36 hours after that LH surge kicks off, ovulation happens. The follicle wall gives way, and the mature egg is gently pushed out, released from the ovary to start its journey. Okay, so the egg is released. Now the cycle shifts into its second half, which we call the luteal phase. And this part of the cycle is pretty much what it sounds like. It's the waiting game. But wait, the story of that dominant follicle isn't over yet. The structure it leaves behind on the ovary actually transforms into a temporary but super important little gland called the corpus luteum. That just means yellow body, and for the next 2 weeks, it has a brand new critical job to do. So its new job is to pump out progesterone, which is really the star hormone of this second phase. Progesterone's main mission is to make that uterine lining, the endometrium, even thicker, more stable, and super receptive. It creates the absolute perfect environment for an embryo to implant. So this is a great way to think about it. You've got two totally distinct halves. The first half, the follicular phase, is all about releasing an egg, and its length can actually vary quite a bit from person to person. But that second half, the luteal phase, is incredibly stable. It's almost always right around 14 days long. And that stability is the real key to the cycle's predictability. So at the end of those 14 days, the body gets to this fork in the road. If a pregnancy has happened, a new hormone called HCG steps in and tells the corpus luteum, hey, keep making that progesterone. But if there's no pregnancy, the corpus luteum just degrades, which causes both progesterone and estrogen levels to fall off a cliff. And that drop is the signal for the whole system to reset with menstruation. So when you think about this whole thing, this incredibly complex feedback loop, repeating month after month with just mind-boggling precision, it really is a biological marvel. It's one of the fundamental rhythms of life. So it leaves us with a question, doesn't it? Knowing the delicate balance this biological clock needs to function, what does it tell us about the importance of listening to our own bodies and to the intricate signals they're sending us every single day?